Hi everyone, my name is Nona and I'm a PhD student at KTH Royal Institute of Technology. Today I'm going to present our work with the title Detecting the Intentional Object Handover in Human-Robot Collaborations and EEG Study. Object handovers are frequent tasks in human-robot collaboration scenarios. In this study, our focus would be on human-to-robot handovers, where the human is the giver and the robot is the taker. The first step in object handover is that the giver communicates the intention of handover to the taker. Recognizing this intention is crucial in human-robot collaborations. This is first to avoid delays or failures in the robot taking the object. For example, in the video, you can see it takes a noticeable time for the robot to detect the human intention for handover. Moreover, recognition of handover intention is important to improve safety in HRC tasks. For instance, in the bottom right image, the robot is intervening to take the object, although the human does not intend for object handover. Existing methods for handling human-to-robot handovers mainly employ visual sensing to detect the handover initiated by the human. A few studies have investigated other modalities such as gaze patterns between the giver and the taker or arm muscle signals. However, in many of these works, the object handover is assumed a priori, which means there is no need to detect whether a handover is going to happen or not, but it's more about when the handover is happening. Moreover, the handover detection using vision-based modalities happens only after the handover has been started. And finally, sometimes detecting different intentions of the human is very challenging. For example, in the video, we can see 3 different movements with similar initial actions where only the middle one is a handover. And if the robot only relies on the mentioned modalities, it cannot differentiate between these tasks. So it seems the ability to detect the actual intention of the human prior to the movement is still missing. We investigate the feasibility of utilizing brain activity to predict human intention for object handover. We use electroencephalogram or EEG signals right before the movement onset. EEG signals are in fact electrical activity of the brain cells recorded by a set of electrodes placed on the surface of the skull as shown in the image. We are interested in answering to 2 research questions. First, if there is an indication of motor planning in EEG signals recorded from the human subject in our specific HRC setup. And second, if it is possible to distinguish the intention of human-to-robot handover from other tasks based on pre-movement EEG signals. We designed a within-subject experiment where a human subject wearing an EEG recording cap is seated in front of a Baxter robot. There are 3 object positions on the table between the human and the robot. And a monitor screen is placed on the table to present the task instructions and cues. The image in this slide shows the different types of task instructions together with the experiment timings. We had 3 types of tasks: a solo action in which the subject picks the object from A and puts it on B, a handover action in which the subject picks the object from A and hands it to the robot over C, and then the robot puts the object on B. And finally, in the joint action, the subject picks the object from A and puts it on C. Then the robot picks the object from C and puts it on B. The inclusion of the 3rd task was to make sure handover task is differentiated from other joint tasks that are performed with the robot. 15 participants participated in our experiment, and the data of 13 were used for the analysis. First, we want to investigate whether it is possible to detect motor planning before the movement starts from EEG signals. Neuroscience research shows that there is a low-frequency negative potential present in EEG signals right before movement onset called CMV potential. So first, we try to show that this negativity exists in the signals we recorded in our HRC task. We employed a simple convolutional neural network and showed that it can distinguish signals involving motor planning from the baseline activity without any motor planning, and reached an accuracy of 94.7%. On the right side image, you can see an example of signals with motor planning in blue compared to the baseline activity in orange. The CME potential has appeared in the signals with model planning as a negative peak around 2 seconds before movement onset. To answer our second research question, following the literature, we computed time frequency representations of pre-movement EEG signals. We then segmented these representations into 500 millisecond non-overlapping time periods and 3 frequency bands. Performing statistical tests showed a significant difference between handover and joint and handover and solo conditions in the beta band respectively during the 500 millisecond and 1000 millisecond periods prior to the movement. We further trained a simple classifier with time frequency representations on the binary task of classifying every 2 tasks against each other and achieved an average accuracy of 63.5%. The results suggest that handover intention may be distinguished from other intentions based on time frequency features of pre-movement EEG signals. This work was a preliminary study to show the potential of EEG signals in distinguishing handover intention from other intentions prior to the task. In the next step, we want to compare the prediction time based on different modalities such as EEG, gaze, and point clouds. We also aim to improve the learning algorithm employed to classify signals to get higher performances. In the end, our goal is to develop a closed-loop framework in which EEG signals are fed back to the robot as a controlling signal to adjust and adapt its behavior while collaborating with the human subject. Finally, with this slide, I want to thank you for your attention, and please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any ideas.